Hey, good people. This is Mohan from originhealing.net. And today I want to talk to you about this hot topic that everybody's talking about lately and will continue in the next coming years, which is artificial intelligence. And why does artificial intelligence has anything to do with healing or midlife crisis? And I think because it affects a lot of our practical ways of life and especially the job market. And it doesn't matter if you believe that doomsday scenarios or the optimistic scenarios that everything is going to be different for good or bad. It will be different. It will be different because the job market will change. If one person now can do the work of three people, or a lot of different specialities are going to disappear just because the AI can do it better than a human, it means that a lot of things will change. And you need to think about what will happen to your career. So let's talk about, you know, the instigators for midlife crisis. It can be divorce. It can be some illness. It can be loss of a job, loss of a family relative or close family relative. It can be an accident. And what's going to happen in the next couple of years with the AI revolution? It's going to be huge. It's going to be such a big difference in how we treat ourselves in the job market and how we see our position in the world as humans, because suddenly a lot of the things we know how to do, first, we don't want to do them anymore because the computer can do it better. And the second, our employers, they don't want us to do it anymore because the computer can do it better. So this question of what makes us human and what are we good at and what can we do that the computer can't do, and what part of our time goes to you know having a job and what part of our time going to have just free time and hobbies and family time. All this mix of things that we are used to from the last, I don't know, 100 years is going to change. And I think for a lot of people, that's going to be a point of crisis, because suddenly they don't know how to define themselves as humans, as employees, as men or women that they used to have a certain role in the world, and suddenly it's gone within a few years, but not instantly, but within a few years, you can see it coming. And I think this is one of the triggers for a midlife crisis, but it should be and it can be a trigger for a midlife transition, a midlife transformation, because if you can see it coming and you can plan your life and your career ahead, and you can see that this is a very good timing to exit an old pattern into a new one, then you can really ride the waves and enjoy this revolution and this transformation. And yes, of course, if you are a cook or a mechanic or a builder, working in construction or anything that is, much more physical, most likely that your job is not going to change. And maybe a job change is not what you need now for the crisis. Maybe something else will go under this wheel of change. Maybe it's not your job. But if you have anything to do with writing or numbers, anything analytical with numbers, anything that has to do with writing, even if it's not creative, I mean lawyers, accountants, administrative jobs, marketing, sales, a lot of these things, um, again, are going to be taking over. And not entirely. I mean, I'm not so worried about the machines are taking over, because eventually a human has to make decisions and to plan and to strategize and to be creative. But I mean, a lot of the simple tasks and a lot of the repetitive tasks and a lot of the robotic tasks that we don't like to do are going to be much better off by an AI agent doing it faster and more accurate than any of us. And also, let's admit it, we don't like to do repetitive, boring jobs, tasks. We don't like it. We just do it because it's part of a job. But my fear is that because a lot of these repetitive, boring uh, jobs are going to be replaced, then less humans will be needed, or one person can do the work of three, and then the rest of them if they're not leaders in their organization, what they're going to do. If they're not business owners and they cannot focus on what they're really good at or the creative side, that's a big impact. That's a big impact for a lot of people's ego. It's a big impact for the job market, and it's a big impact for their identity of who they are. I am an accountant, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, all these all these things. So I think it's like a you know midlife crisis for humanity, almost, or at least for the developed countries. Um, and what I'm trying to say is that it's a really really good time before it happens, because we still have a few years, maybe 1 or 2 years before there's the big surge of change. It's a really good time to start thinking about what is our personal core essence. What do we want to be? Who do we want to be? What do we want to do in this world that is not defined by our work, by our jobs, especially if we are employees and not business owners, because then we have much more control, of course, and the AI can work on our side against other competitors, or to go into new markets and to produce new products and everything. But who do we want to be if suddenly we only have to work 50% of our time? Who do we want to be if this thing that we pursue, this career path from high school to university or college, and these degrees and certifications and all of this, I don't know, 10, 20 years of worth of education suddenly goes down the drain because a computer can do it much better and faster and more accurate? Who are we then? Are we just the parents? Are we just the spouses? Are we just people? Like, what is our true value in this world? What do we want to give? What do we want to do with our time? I think this next wave of AI will be a very big impact for anybody who is not prepared to really go down their subconscious lane and to really do the healing work and to do the spiritual work and understand who they are, who they want to be from the core, from the essence. What is their inner voice that always wanted to do something. And it's a very great opportunity for somebody who knows that the change is coming, and it's a very good timing to do this change because it's just going to change anyway. So if you always had a secret wish of becoming somebody else or doing something else, and you felt blocked or you felt feared about mortgage and career and money and everything, and the market is not in a good timing to quit, and maybe it's not the best timing in your career, it's going to happen anyway soon. So you better prepare and really really know and feel what you want to do and what you want to be. And I know I emphasize this a lot and I repeat this a lot because I really think now it's an amazing opportunity, an amazing time to do it. So please, take a few hours off, go to nature, take a notebook, and start writing down all of your childhood dreams, all of your aspirations, all of the places you wanted to go to, all of the things you thought, oh, maybe this is a good hobby. Maybe I should pursue this when I'm retired. Oh, maybe I should do this when I finally have time, or when the kids grow up. Or write down all these things and try to find a common thread between all of them. It doesn't mean that it's your bucket list. It doesn't mean that you have to do all of these things right now because the world is going to end. No, of course not. It's about trying to find a common thread between all of these wishes and desires and dreams, and see if underneath there's a pattern that will tell you, this is who I want to be, this is what I'm interested in, this is who I am underneath my career, underneath my social conditioning, underneath my family's expectation. And now I'm ready to start pushing through and exiting exit this cocoon and show the world who I am. Maybe AI will be in your favor because suddenly you can do things just with the AI help that before you had to do with other people's, and then a big team and a lot of budget, and now you can suddenly just do it with a computer and start a new startup, a new company, a new project, a new organization, or anything that can help you automate your life so you can have more time to become the new you.